All right, so guys, if you're gonna tear into someone over a steroid scandal, make sure you tear into the right guy. UFC champ John Jones is currently mired in the midst of steroid issues, and people on Twitter have been letting him know about it. Unfortunately, they've been tweeting at video game developer John Jones instead. A little research, please, guys. Come on.
God damn it. This is,
so
oh my
funny.
God. This is why your little Reddit internet witch hunts are just such horseshit. Like, stop doing this to people. Like, this is not, this is...
Maybe if Reddit, maybe the Reddit witch hunts are a good idea, because clearly these guys aren't doing their research while witch hunting. So maybe if Reddit got involved, they would actually do research and find the right guy's Twitter.
But I mean, like, I'm talking about that whole...
use Twitter as your form of like witch hunting and picketing, guys. I mean,
seriously,
come on.
fucking the Twitter warriors of this world are quite possibly the most annoying human beings on the fucking planet. And I don't care if it's you're tweeting Trump memes or if you're, SJWing about gender for fucking 30 bajillion tweets, Callie. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
The only thing Twitter is good for is looking up Game of Thrones memes after the most recent episode.
That's a lot of fun.
It's actually not bad for porn gifs either.
Oh, really?
Interestingly, if you go to Twitter and you just search John Jones, 2 people pop up immediately. One of
them is part of the Justice League.
One of them is a guy with glasses, a mustache, a goatee, and his thing says Tech Geek #GameDev. And the guy next to it is a picture of a lion with a UFC championship belt over it.
Jesus Christ, guys.
The wrong guy.
This is not fucking hard. This is not hard. You know what this is? This is like, you know how you can @ somebody and then it just starts to auto-fill in a name? That's what that is. Yeah. And they're just not even bothering to check and see if it's... I do that shit all the time. Like, by mistake, I'll fire off a tweet and I'll be like, I hope that it's, whatever it is. And then I'll look and be like, well, that's not even an actual Twitter account.
Thank you. I do the exact same thing, Nate. Like, I've had to retweet things several times because I get, like, the wrong person, or I'll go and look and I'm like, I still don't know if this is the right person or the right group or not. I better just take it out altogether.
I have to literally sometimes look it up in the web browser, and then I'm like, why do I even have an app? Why? Like... Like, what's the fucking point? Like, if I've got to, God damn it, it's so stupid.
During the Dota 2 International, I was tweeting about a team, and like when I went to their page, like there wasn't anything up there that really like was distinguishable enough. So I'm like, well, I guess I'm not tweeting at them then.
Dude, it really, sometimes it is really frustrating to try to figure that stuff out, because it's like, and sometimes people's names are just like not even in the same fucking ballpark, and. It's just Twitter as a platform is one that I hate, but not as much as Instagram. Instagram is so much worse.
Is anyone getting to the point now where Facebook has just become the worst? I hate Facebook.
Oh, absolutely.
I hate it so
absolutely.
much.
I still like Facebook.
No, I hate the idea of social media as a communication tool or a discussion platform, because it's not. All it is just brain jackasses throwing their opinions back and forth and not even bothering to read a full statement until they hit reply. And it's fucking boring. For me, it's entirely boring, because there's no control valve on the shit. Like it's total opinion, unedited all the time, and it's fucking, most of the time it's just gross.
Dude, like, Facebook is good for, like, our host page. That's what Facebook is useful for.
Yeah.
I hate it outside of that.
That's why, I mean...
I like it for cosplay stuff.
But
even still, then again, the way that their, like, page algorithms work, like, you could share, like, the most beautiful, epic, edited cosplay photo and gets 100 views, and you show, like, a really stupid selfie and it gets, like, 1 million views. You're like, okay.
Did the selfie have more boobs in it?
Not necessarily. It's just the weird algorithm of like, it seems like selfies get seen more than really nice edited photos.
Probably had more boobs in it.
Yeah, there's a secret boob algorithm.
Maybe.
But I'm fucking over the Facebook thing. I'm just over social media in general. And I feel like there are actually more people that are getting like that are just like, you know what? Everything is bullshit on this platform. I can't trust anything. Like people used to be like, yeah, I get my news from Facebook. Guess what? Not anymore. It's all fucking horseshit. Like that's, I'm to the point where I believe that everything is bullshit like that I'm shown. Like, I don't believe anything is real anymore. It's all fucking horseshit. Yeah.
You know, I just saw the episode
Animals in predicaments.
I just saw the episode of South Park last night where the bar has lowered so much that like garbage is just acceptable on TV, and that's kind of like that's where I feel like social media has gotten to, where it's just everything you see on social media is trash effectively, and everyone's perfectly okay with it. And like, how do we get to this point? We need James Cameron to save us.
James Cameron.
Who?
Why
That's how
James?
that episode ends. James Cameron raises the bar.
That's the Titanic guy.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
I remember that. Yeah,
Also,
yeah.
My heart will go on.
Yes, that's right.
No, Callie, I think you actually kind of bring up a good point, and yeah, like it does feel like. I mean, not that social media ever had some bar to begin with. You know what I mean? It's not like it was a terribly well-curated platform for ideas or discussions, but it just seems like lately I just can't even fucking deal with like just the basics of trying to keep up the appearances. No, I can't even.
Started, it was kind of amusing to be like, oh, look at these idiots, but then people started to like follow them and latch onto them, and now the whole like idiot thing is like widespread, and you're like, oh my god, people believe this shit.
I mean, I think it's absolutely ridiculous that the news reports on Twitter. You know what I mean? Like, I've been saying that for fucking years. Like, why is the news reporting on anything on Twitter? Well, now it's the primary communication medium for our fucking president, and they have to. But before
God
this,
bless America.
why in the fuck would you report on anything if you are a journalistic establishment? Why would you report on anything on Twitter?
Got to keep that 24-hour news cycle going.
Like, unless it was directly tweeted at you and it was someone's opinion that you were trying to share to inform the discussion, why would you report on Twitter? And that blows my fucking mind. And I feel like that's a lot of the reason why we're starting to see the shittiness of regular media and social media kind of commingle. Not only that, but you've also got the ego involved. Everyone thinks everything is about them. You know, like you talk to kids now who, want to be media stars. They all want to start fucking YouTube channels. They all want to be social media stars. And you know what the bar there is? I mean, honestly, do you know what the bar of success there is? It's disturbing the lengths that people will go to be able to attract attention.
Yeah.
That's it. Whether you're fucking Psycho Family, or whether you're one of these booby streamers, or whether you're fucking Kylie Jenner. You know what I mean? Like, it's all kind of the same thing. And essentially what it comes down to is people debasing themselves to be able to get attention. But guess what? They're able to market that shit now. Now companies come to them and be like, hey, I want to pay you $10,000 if you take a picture of some sneakers that we're going to send you. You don't have to do anything. We're going to send them to you. Just make it look like you bought them. We're going to pay you 10 grand for that.
Thanks.
Actually, I'm pretty sure all sponsors like that you have to actually say when it's a sponsored. You can't say, "Look, I bought this," when it really didn't.
Now you do. Now you do, because people like the fucking Kardashians and Jenners of the world made an assload of money doing that. And by the way, you don't have to disclose when someone gave you, like the clothes that you're wearing, right? If someone wants to pay you as a sponsor to wear their clothes, their brand, you actually don't have to disclose that that's an ad. If you're just taking a picture with it and not directing people, you need the call to action in there to make it an ad. That's not an ad. That's a passive sponsorship.
Yeah, the
I didn't
line
realize that.
for that is very, very fine.
It is super fine. Super fine.
My whole thing is like, go on your Facebook feed and start scrolling down and see how far you have to go to find a meaningful status update from someone you know, like something that isn't a video or a meme or some bullshit picture that reposts 5 times. Like none of that. Like an actual meaningful update about something going on in someone's life that you know. Like,
why would
you have to go for that?
Why would you want that? Why?
I'm not saying, but that was the whole point of the platform originally. You know what I mean? And it's sure there got to be a point in time where like, oh my god, I don't care all that much. But now all we have in its place is a endless deluge of memes and stupid videos.
But you understand that there's no money in finding out about your aunt's kidney surgery, right? Like you understand that makes no money for Facebook.
And it didn't used to matter until Facebook went public with all of this, and then all of a sudden
it didn't used to matter. And now what do you see? Like, where do you see platforms trying to attract, like who they want to represent their platform? For YouTube, guess what? It's not your average dude with the camera anymore. It's the well-established media brands that have been around for 10, 20, 30, 50 years. Same thing with Facebook TV that's launching. Who are they trying to get on? Are they trying Facebook TV. Are they trying to get talented people from maybe the YouTube space that were breakout stars? No. They want to put on, fucking I don't even like Bravo reality TV shows. Ugh. They want you to watch your Real Housewives of blank there. So, look at where these companies kind of spend their money and who they want using their platform. They want you using their platform insofar as you give them likes and you give them comments and you give them data. But they don't really make money off of you. Not really. They make money off of showing you shit to buy.
Yep.
That's why it takes 7 scrolls before you get to anything meaningful or anything that you give a shit. Yeah. Like it's literally, it feels like late night television where you would get like 13 uninterrupted minutes of commercials. Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? Like they crammed in all of their cheapy their cheapy inventory overnight, and it would be infomercial, 13 minutes of commercials, then more infomercial.
Yeah, the thing that when I found out about it, I think kind of grossed me out the most is as you're scrolling, you don't even actually have to actively watch something. Scrolling past it counts as a view.
Yeah.
Because it starts playing automatically now.
Infinity Fox in our chat saying, well, if you have a strong enough ad blocker. No! That doesn't stop sponsored content. Name an ad blocker strong enough, please, that will remove the brought to you by whatever, like stupid mobile game, my favorite YouTube show is now brought to me by. But that's the game, though. Like, that's how money is made in this business.
There is an ad blocker that blocks those YouTube ads. I've seen them.
Oh, you can block
it's a live read in a pre-roll on a video. Right. Like, unless it knew to start the video at 2 minutes 35 seconds, you're not.
Look, I'm scrolling down my timeline, and it's letting me know that my sister and 9 other friends liked a certain phone company, and here's a video for me.
Exactly.
You can't block that.
Well, yeah, actually, I think you can block that shit. I actually think that I don't know. I mean, don't ask me.
I can hide ad or see fewer ads like this, but it's always going to replace it with another ad.
There's actually shit like there are plugins that that will go through your feed, and if someone mentions bullshit about their baby or posts a picture of their baby, it'll replace it with something awesome like a car on fire. You know what I mean? Like,
here's an ad for Guild Wars 2 next. That's a little bit more appropriate, though.
So there is stuff that will be able to identify that stuff, that kind of. But I'm talking about somebody takes a picture of some shit that a company sends them and gives them a check at the same time. They post it to their Instagram or they wear it out in public. Like, that's not, you don't have to disclose that, right? Like that's a passive sponsorship. But at the same time, though, that's how business is done. Like in the media, that's how business is done. Part of the problem that we have with Checkpoint right now is that, we approach people all the time about, sponsoring the show or wanting to buy ad time on the show, and they look at our social media profile and they go, well, but you've only got a couple of hundred likes here on Facebook and Twitter. Well, you need to grow. Like the magic number, by the way, is like above 10,000. Like,
oh my god,
Yeah, it's got to be pretty high.
yeah. And I mean, I'm really glad that people are, finding Check PT Radio on Facebook and Twitter, and liking and that we're getting a good, we're getting a good community around it. But the thing is that it's got to grow at a way faster pace than that. You know what I mean? Like if we want to be able to market it to a company, then we've got to be able to grow it way, way faster. That's the game, because they don't really care about the ad space on the air so much as they care about the social media value. Yeah, it's fun, isn't it? It's ridiculous how this shit is like is kind of reversing. And again, I'm so done with social media on a personal level. Like
Amen.
I don't know, like having it be a part of my job was really annoying. But like I don't know, man. I think that at some point the bubble around social media is going to burst, but I don't see how. Like Facebook is such a juggernaut. I don't know how that happens.
It's also ingrained in our daily lives. I don't know how it's going to burst, but I agree. Like that bubble is there. It has to at some point.
Yeah.
Mark.